Hello, we are Team 10 and we will present our solution for the Royal Opera House. My team members are Antonio, Felipe, Hadjay, Kumar, Tracy, and me, Ruben. To present the current situation, what's the main challenge that the Royal Opera House is facing? That is losing government grants. Our team has found a better solution that not only addresses financial stability, but also provides long-term sustainability. Going back to the question, can the Royal Opera House find a new revenue stream within 18 months? Kumar will explain our procedure.
Well, can they find? Yes, absolutely. And how? It's all in the name, the Royal Opera House. So we've chosen the solution as selling naming rights. As the name suggests, selling naming rights is a form of financial transaction or an advertisement whereby a corporation sells the right to use its name to another corporation to use it in a facility or an event. Now, an event could be a sports event, it could be arts and culture music event, or it could even be, a huge business conference. So the buying company uses the Royal Opera House brand name in order to increase its market outreach. In the upcoming slides, we'll be looking at what is the reason we've chosen selling naming rights, the primary advantages, and then we'll go on to some of the successful examples in the past whereby companies have been able to get out of difficult situation like Royal Opera House is in right now, and still been able to make amends and move forward with great success. And thirdly, we look at what are all the key parameters that one needs to consider in order to strike a deal with a buying company, because that's one of the most vital elements in this particular project. So we'll have Tracy speaking about the advantages of selling naming rights.
There are advantages to selling naming rights. Royal Opera House has demonstrated a history of success. Therefore, Royal Opera House has a strong brand, a 60-year brand. Selling its naming rights will add leverage and extra exposure to that brand. We've also seen these contracts as multi-million contracts. We've observed from $4 million to over $20 million a year. Also, there's no huge investment coming from Royal Opera House, just minimal cost in negotiating and putting these contracts together. Also, these contracts are long-term. They can last for over 4 years, which provides sustainable revenue streams of cash flow. And of course, very important, these can happen in a short period of time, within 18 months. We've observed and seen that the Inland Northwest Bank and Spokane Opera House, they negotiate on a contract within 1 year. We've also seen contracts negotiated within 6 months. Now we're going to have Felipe. He's going to provide examples of some of these contracts.
Yes, well, as Tracy and Kumar mentioned, we have lots of successful examples of naming rights deals. We have chosen 4 examples here. The first one is the Emirates Stadium in London. The Emirates Airlines will pay $200 million in a 20 years contract. The second one is the Citi Field in New York. It's the New York Mets baseball team stadium. And the Citigroup will pay $400 million in a 20 years contract. The third example is the Dolby Theater, where the Oscar ceremony goes on every year. Dolby hasn't informed how much they will pay for this contract, but we estimated in $100 million. Kodak, the previous company, the company that used to name this theater before Dolby, they used to pay $4 million a year in a 20 years contract. And the last one is the Peabody Opera House. This is also an opera house, and this is an interesting case because this opera house was closed for 18 years and was only able to be reopened because of this financial package of $79 million, including naming rights. And although it is a beautiful opera house, it's not the Royal Opera House. Now Hadjay is going to talk about how to find an optimal partner.
Alright, now I'm going to talk about 4 important factors we have to consider selecting an optimum partner. First, we need to consider the brand image of the future partner company, because the Royal Opera House brand name will be put together with the name of the future partner company. It means its brand image or reputation probably would affect Royal Opera Houses. And second, we need to consider long-term partnership. Most naming rights deals are usually long-term contracts, so that way we don't need to worry about the same problem, at least under the contract. And third, we should check its financial background. The naming rights deals we have to sell requires a huge amount of money in a long-term perspective, and it could ensure stability as well. Last but not least, we should find the partners which has same goals and values with the Royal Opera House. Same directions could beget a great synergy effect. With 4 of these important factors, once we find the partner satisfying all of these factors, Royal Opera House can look forward to a sustainable revenue stream. Now, Antonio will talk about conclusion.
In conclusion, we strongly recommend this operation for 3 main reasons. First of all, it will provide a stream of revenue with no investment and minimal costs. With this stream of revenues, the financial stability of the company will be okay for the medium and long term. Third, it can reasonably be done within the time framework of 18 months. Recently, we've seen in the news that Manchester United is considering selling its naming rights for $1 billion. That means 50 million a year for the next 20 years. This is the kind of deal we want for your company, for the Royal Opera House. We want to move from a donation model into a financial auto-sustainability model. And that's pretty much it.